The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
I ain't drunk, I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come
time.
on now, you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids, happy hump day! Oh my lord, it is hot and humid, and my brother Wes down in Louisiana, it's 95 down there, so I guess I'll shut up. Look at this shit, I've expanded. I had to fix a kitchen chair. Woohoo! JJ RotoGeek, carpenter Amish guy. So, anyway, a couple cool little things. This is, I usually don't do rants so close together. I think I just did one a few days ago, but this is more, part of this is a rant, part of this is a big bitch, but most of it's just for fun. The first thing I want to talk about is, I told you guys earlier that I was going to be rebuilding this nitro boat that my good friend Mike hooked me up with. And it's got a little bit of hull damage up here from shipping. The previous owner, not my buddy, but the guy who owned it before, did some real half-ass stuff, fixes to it that I really, really hate. So, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm doing a 6-hour drive today in the car and for a meeting, and I'm sitting there thinking about the boat, and okay, what are we going to do? And, you know, we're going to FPV it, and we're going to do all this cool stuff. But then I got to thinking about it. It's really, really cool, because what we're going to do is, my brother Mike hooked me up with the boat pretty much for free. I mean, I stole this thing for nothing, and bless his soul, he wanted to give it to me for free, but we worked something out. And then my brother Nay down in Arizona, and he is the guy who does my intro and my outro with the JJ RotoGeek robot guy. So one of the things I'm asking him to do for me is make this basically a Mr. RotoGeek boat instead of Miss Budweiser. I don't drink beer, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the robot head, you know, that's on the videos, the goggles, and we're gonna put JJ RotoGeek down the side and have the head here maybe, and maybe the head here. And to make it even cooler, my brother Lincoln David in North Carolina, after I get all the hull work done, he's going to be doing the paint job, and he is doing a smoking ass paint job on this thing. And he always does. The guy's fucking brilliant. Love you, brother. So he paints all my quads. You guys have seen some pretty amazing things that I've done, and I haven't done them alone. They are with my friends. And I just thought, how cool is this? I got a boat from my friend. Lincoln's going to paint it, who's a very dear friend. My buddy Nay is down in Arizona. He's going to do I don't know if he's going to do the sticker, but he's going to do the graphic, because he's the one that invented the JJ RotoGeek robot. I have a lot of my friends in this boat, have it. And I just think that's fucking awesome. So anyway, getting to the point. And it's not going to be a very fast project, but I am going to do a full rebuild hot rod series on this, because I'm going to take the whole thing apart. We're going to gut it. We're going to rebuild the nitro engine. We're going to polish that thing. This thing's going to be balls to the wall. So yeah, that's really cool. But one of the things I was thinking about was I built a lot of birds, like more birds than I could even remember. And this winter alone, I think, what was it, 200, something like that? And my buddy Wes and the guys in the club, they always help me, you know, come up with ideas. And it's like, oh, well, do it with these motors and this frame, whatever. And that's all well and good, but to me, it's not exactly a challenge anymore. So I've just been trying to find something new to do. Now, I'm not giving up quads, and I'm not giving up the channel or anything like that, but I want to do something new that's different and fun. So the boat gave me an idea. I'm going to start a series, if you will, called JJ's Chop Shop. And what we're going to do in this, we're still going to do quad videos, still going to do drinking and stupid shit, you know, all that. But the JJ Chop Shops are going to be model restoration or modifications or hot rods, if you will, however the flavor hits us. I don't leave anything stock. But anyway, so what this is going to be is it's going to be like a how-to type of thing where we're going to start with the boat. Boat's going to be number one, and then my buddy up north, he's giving me one of his dad's nitro planes, like I told you guys last week, and I'm going to restore that one. I'm going to make it gorgeous because it's a hand-built bird and, whatever else. And the boat's going to be customized, and I'm thinking this could be like, it's kind of like Orange County Choppers, only for models. How fucking cool is this, right? So I think that's what I'm going to do. So here's what it's going to be. Anybody out there that has boats, airplanes, helicopters, quads, and you got them in your garage and they're dinged up or screwed up or don't work or whatever else, and you think it will be a good project for the channel, okay? I'm not going to do any of these that aren't for the channel unless they're my own stuff, but I'm not just going to sit there and rebuild billions of people's stuff. But it has to be cool. Reasonably cool or different. I'll do a quad or two, but quad's a quad. But boats and planes, helicopters, drones, whatever, fucking DJI, I don't care, whatever. If you guys got stuff in your garage that you want to have JSONified, one of two things. Either A, send it to me, and the only thing I will charge is, after I go through it and we do the money and whatever else, is how much it costs to fix. There will be no labor charge or anything like that. Or it might be one of those things or say, hey, JJ, do you want to buy this? I got this old airplane. I don't use it anymore. I'll sell it to you for blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll just buy it myself, and that way you just send it to me and it's all good. And I'll still give you credit on the video and all that stuff. It'd be just kind of neat to see your stuff on there. So we're going to call it JJ's Chop Shop. And I'm sure I can find tons and tons of people that want to do this. And they'll get a nice new JSONified super hot rodded model. I started building motorcycles and things like that when I was very young, 16 or whatever, and custom choppers and things like that, Harleys, Indians, Moto Guzzi's, Jap bikes, all of them. And I think that's where part of this comes from, and I don't really do a whole lot of that anymore. About the last 5 years, I've kind of cut back on the motorcycles. So this is a new way to kind of express, and I do a lot of crazy quads, obviously, but anyway, that's what we're going to do. The boat series is hopefully going to start this week. Bam. Going to be sweet. Just can't fucking wait for that. So the boat's going to start it. And then, I've got friends with talent all over the country. Some guys are going to paint. Well, Lincoln's probably the one that's going to paint. And I have friends all over the place. So maybe we can make this a consensus. And I'm going to have the guys in the club also help me, and my viewers too. I'm going to, preliminary, I'm going to say, hey, look what's coming up on JJ's Chop Shop next week. And you guys can give me some ideas too, because the creativity is the fun part. I just don't want to take a freaking quad and it's like, oh, here's a Mocha JJ, boom, built it. Whoop-de-doo. I want to do cool shit, all right? I'm not opposed to doing a car. I've done a lot of cars when I was a kid. Kyosho Altimas and Grasshoppers and our Bowlink Eliminator 10s and all that crap. I'm not a huge car fan, but I will rebuild one and make it really cool, FPV it or whatever for you, whatever. So that's one thing. The other thing that's coming up is I got my Father's Day present, and this is really cool because my wife and I have this really cool thing going. We always have, ever since we got married and had the kids, is we don't celebrate Christmas for each other. We do for the kids, obviously. We buy them too much shit. And we don't celebrate each other's birthdays. We do go out for, we say happy birthday, but that's it. Literally, we don't do cars, we don't do anything. Our anniversary, we will go out for dinner, but that's it. We don't do anything for each other. We don't buy each other anything except for Mother's Day and Father's Day. And my theory on that is, if you're going to get rewarded for something, bam, that's the fucking holiday, kids. If you got kids, you know what I'm fucking saying. So for her Mother's Day, and we go nuts. It's like I'll buy her literally an $800 camera lens for her photography stuff, and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that we celebrate. But, it sounds like a lot. It's like, okay, I spent $800 on her this year, but I didn't buy Christmas, I didn't buy birthdays, I didn't buy for anniversaries, I didn't buy for Smoking Hot Wife Day, none of that shit. So realistically, it's pretty cheap. So she's like, well, I never know what to get you because, one, you already have everything, and two, I don't know what the hell you do. So here's what we did. She's like, I want you to order something for yourself, whatever. Okay, fine. So I didn't need quad stuff. I really don't need plane stuff. I'm getting a new plane tomorrow. I've got 3 or 4 other, 2 wings and all sorts. So I'm thinking, I build birds when I sell birds, pretty much. So I don't really pocket any of that. So I bought a 3D printer. How cool is that? So I can make little fucking unicorns for my girls, and they can paint them and throw them at me and shit. So that'll be fun. And my buddy Magic Mike up in Michigan, he's kind of guiding me because I've never used a 3D printer before. In my industry, I have been around industrial 3D printers and things like that, but it's a totally different thing. I've never set one up, and I figure he's already learned the hard way. He'll teach me. So Magic Mike, who's in the club, he lives in Michigan. He's helping me out with that. He told me, hey, buy this one, buy this, buy this, buy the hothead thingy from Swiss, and, you know, whatever the fuck it is. So I'm going to be doing some studying, and JJ RotoGeek has a 3D printer now. So my wife says I can't have it till Sunday. It came today. And that's another thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Companies. I ordered this 3D printer from Monoprice, and I'm not going to review it or anything like that. I'm not a 3D printer guru by any stretch. And I ordered the bitch. I think they're in California. I ordered that fucker Monday, and it showed up today at 9 a.m. It's Wednesday in bumfucked Ohio. So that's amazing. Very, very, very good company to deal with. That brings me to my rant part. Here's the rant part. I heard about this before I even started Patriot Blades. It was, Ready to Fly Quads in Florida. I had a friend of mine back in the day, probably on YouTube, or I don't remember who it was. He said, whatever you do, don't buy from them. They're fucking crooks, right? And I kind of took it with a grain of salt. It's like, yeah, whatever. And I only order through very specific, usually specific people. Now, frames, I will buy directly from a mom and pop shop frame, like, you know, Mocha or Campfire or the Taco Thing or, you know, whoever. But as far as gear goes, you know, flight controllers, ESCs, blah, blah, I order from very specific companies. I'll tell you who they are. I order, number one's probably Get FPV, because they just have everything I want, and their prices are as good as bang good for that type of crap. And they have more than bang good, honestly, as far as quality stuff goes. I do not buy frames from them. I think their frame selection kind of sucks, but everything else, 90%, I probably pay the mortgage on that fucking place. Get FPV, they're in Florida. Great, great company. If they fuck something up, they fix me like that. But I also order like a lot of stuff from them. But from what I've heard, they're usually pretty good folks. I order from them every single week, literally without fail. Probably, I sometimes get 3 or 4 things a week from, you know, deliveries. The other one is RMRC. RMRC is in not Dayton, Ohio. I'm in Dayton, Ohio. They're an hour and a half southeast of here. So they're real close. So I order something, I get it damn near the next day, or at least the next day after that, just with normal shipping. They're very cool folks. They, I've talked to them one-on-one. They're very, and mind you, I'm not sponsored by anybody, as we all know. But RMRC, I like them because they're local, and they have a lot of their own products, which I think is kind of cool. The other one, but I don't order from them as much as I probably should, but most of it, again, is because of selection of what they got. The other one, right, my number 2 after Get FPV is Pyro Drone. I'll put links to all these guys in the description. Love Pyro. Order from them every week, too. My brother, Wes, FPV fanatic in the club, he's the one who turned me on to them. Who else do I order from? Race Day Quads. Sometimes. Not a whole lot, but sometimes. I think that's where I got the butter whisk. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Those are my big ones. Race Day Quads, RMRC, Get FPV, Pyro Drone, bam, you know. And there's other good ones out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying these are the only ones you should order from, but those are reputable folks. They are. Here's one that's not, and that is the Ready to Fly Quads. Is that right? He's in fucking Florida, and I want to give a big fuck you to you, because not only did I hear how shitty you were like 3 years ago, I have 3 guys that I know of in my club alone, in Patriot Blades, and I'm not going to mention their names, that have an open dispute with this fucking tool. He's got, my one buddy has got ordered $200 worth of gear from Ready to Fly Quads. Bam, fucked him. He's been in PayPal litigation with him for I don't know how long. My other brother, he ordered 50 or 60 bucks worth of gear from this idiot, and bam, 10, 12, he told me today, because I've asked him, I researched this, 10 or 13 fucking emails, guy won't email him back. And then I have another buddy in the club and these are just the guys I've talked to about it, which is pretty minimal. There's probably more. And once people see this video, they'll probably be like, yeah, that guy fucking sucks. Anyway, this is just a public service thing. Stay away from Ready to Fly Quads in fucking Florida. Give him the big how do you do Patriot Blades symbol, because that guy, and they keep saying guy like it's one. I went to his website last night and I clicked on his fucking webpage where it says about us and it says page not available. Guy's a fucking crook. Please, if you watch this channel, avoid him. I looked through his page anyway. The guy doesn't have nothing good any fucking how. So, just and send him an email. Send him a good fucking American salute, man. I'm serious. That's bullshit. It's like you pay for something and then PayPal gets fucked with it. PayPal is pretty cool. I've never had a problem with PayPal. eBay seems all right. If you get fucked, PayPal will make it right. They usually do, at least they have with me. So these poor bastards are getting stuck with this dickhead stuff. And it's like, really? Double barrel, man. That's just fucking crap. Anyway, that's my rant. Stay away from that guy. Send him an email. Tell him he's a fucking twant. Anyway, guys, love you. Keep shining side up. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing. Bam, JJ! Hey, JJ! Hope you like fishing.